The abyss urges me on. Submit to your hatred and fear. All I can see are but easy prey. Wings spread, the sun obscured. I'll relish your pain. Look at those creatures. Can they be more pathetic? Faith, what an empty word. What's left in me is a boundless void. You have no chance to escape the void. Mortals are but shadows and dust. Drown in despair! Transpierce! Bloody idiot! You think I'd disappear? Victory is in sight, soldier! I am back!
Moskov was born in the Wild San tribe in northwest Agelta. Like most other ancient tribes, they lived in their native places for generations, nomads living in peace and freedom. Young Moskov, tribal prince, could not stand a very boring life. He often went on adventures in the desert, and during these adventures he became acquainted with the prince of the Urda tribe, Khaled. The two like-minded youths became close friends, always together and happy to discuss whatever crossed their minds. However, when they talk about the topic of power, the brave and aggressive Moskov shows a passion for power and power, believing that having great power is the only way he can protect all he holds dear. On the other hand, Khaled stated that neither power nor violence could ever solve their problems. For him, morality and justice are the only truths in this world. Despite the differences between them, their friendship was barely affected, and they continued to explore the desert with their own entourage. However, these happy days did not last long. The drive for ambition has fueled the flames of war. The all-powerful Thorn Wolf tribe started a conflict when they tried to conquer the western lands as a whole, to become the ruthless ruler of the area. Against the savage Thorn Wolf, Khaled and Moskov led their army and those gathered from other tribes as the united front, charging into a bloody battle against the invaders. The two showed their strength. Khaled joined the main force to provide direction, and Moskov joined the troops on the front line. As the battle rages on, Khaled continues to gain support from various tribes due to his extraordinary abilities, and is chosen as the leader of their alliance. Despite his inexhaustible courage and fighting spirit, Moskov was forgotten. Moskov considers this whole event a great injustice. He was always the first to be in battle, often coming back bathed in blood. But Khaled had earned the acknowledgement, people believed. Hardly any attention was left for him. Moskov needed a chance to prove that he was equal to Khaled. The united tribe had won a string of victories, and in order to escape the situation, the Thorn Wolves released the ancient tyrant Kufra, who had been sealed within the ruins of Tivakan. Freed once again, Kufra stirs up a terrifying sandstorm and attacks with an army of sand monsters in tow. The united tribes were not prepared for such an event, and for them it was a terrifying disaster. At a crucial moment, Khaled had to make a decision in an instant, and he prepared to lead the tribes as they evacuated to maintain their strength. This was the opportunity Moskov had been waiting for. To him, currently Khaled was showing his weakness in leadership, a coward. And a chance to prove his worth. Moskov shouted for the tribes to stay, and confronted the Thorn Wolf and Kufra tribes head-on. But the other tribal leaders underestimated Moskov's call to action, and this was a great insult to Moskov's pride. He lost all rational reason and didn't want to talk about it with Khaled. Instead he led his own tribe members to attack into the boundless desert. All these things were done to prove that he was equal to Khaled. The sand monsters they faced in the endless desert overwhelmed them, wave after wave. When he saw his troops fall before him, Moskov began to realize and regret his actions. However, he thought that his friend Khaled would definitely lead his own army to help him. As the surrounding enemies continued to increase in number, and his army dwindled, the hope within Moskov began to dissipate. Regret and disappointment began to emerge, filling his heart. In the end, all that was left was boiling anger and despair over his unjust destiny. Although seriously injured, Moskov manages to escape the tight siege, his troops protecting Moskov with their lives. But Moskov no longer trusted anyone, and he headed south following the crimson gargantuan he saw in the sky. He threw himself into the gap of the abyss. Covered in blood, Moskov knelt down and sacrificed his soul in the hope of the great abyss. Therefore, he was given a spirit that symbolized death and destruction. Since then, Moskov is no longer known as a brave desert warrior. Instead, stood the cold and cruel spear of quiescence.
Don't forget to comment and subscribe, to help the development of this channel.